Welcome to Jank Play TCG. My name's Landon, and here we play Jank. And today I have a new deck for you, and I am calling it Chuck. And that's just the name of the first attack of Garbodor, because what you do is you discard any number of Pokemon tool cards from your hand. And this attack does 50 damage for each card you discarded this way. So you just basically chuck the tools at your opponent and deal lots of damage. Now, one benefit that this has over, say, the Electrode that came in Pokemon 151 is that you are discarding them from your hand and not from the Pokemon in play. So, theoretically, your maximum damage is having all your tools out in your hand at the same time, not having to put them on Pokemon, which means you have a limited number of spaces that you can fill, that you can put them, right? So, also, against the Electrode is the fact that it does 40 for each tool, plus a base 10, where this does 50 for each tool. So after the first tool, you just start doing more damage than Electrode could do. And we built this one on stream. If you've watched the stream, you've seen this deck being built, and it had an interesting process, right? So we've got Garbodor here, single energy attacker, that's pretty cool. We've got Snorlax here, which uses its ability to put 2 leftovers from your discard to your hand. Leftovers is a Pokemon tool, and it doesn't matter what it does because we're just chucking it at our opponent and then using 2 Snorlax to get 4 of them back into our hand. So that is like 200 damage a turn, which is pretty good. We are going to be using Radiant Venusaur because we are discarding a lot from our hand in order to do a lot of damage. We're using Radiant Venusaur to try to draw a few extra cards at the end of our turn. We've got Skwovet here, which is part of our engine, and this is where things are a bit unique. We have Altaria. I haven't seen a deck using Altaria in a long time, but the tempting tune. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for a supporter card, reveal it, shuffle your deck, then put that card on top of it. So you can guarantee what you're going to draw next turn. Or use Skwovet to draw into it immediately. And there's another card that plays into this very well, but we'll get to that in a bit. Those are the Pokemon that we're playing. Oh, plus Swablu and Trubbish, because we need to evolve, right? But a lot of basics surrounding 2 stage 1s. Should be pretty simple, right? Energy-wise, we've got 7 Darkness Energy and 2 Jet Energy, and the Jet Energy are mostly there just to get Pokemon out of the active. We put that Jet Energy on someone else to launch him into the active, and then we can retreat into whoever we want or something like that. I'm thinking Altaria with the free retreat is going to be a good target to like get up there and out sort of thing. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But we have 7 Darkness Energy, and Garbodor is a single energy attacker. So we don't really need more than 7, right? We don't even really need more than 6, but prizing can be an issue. So then we go on to trainers, and we've got 4 Ultra Ball. 4 Bruno, because we don't want to have to discard a lot. We're not playing Professor's Research. We've got 4 Spirit Mask, because if we attach this, it does do a little bit of disruption, which can hurt our opponent and give us some benefits, right? And then we've got Tool Box here, which lets us search our deck, well, the top 7 cards of our deck at least, for tools and put them into our hand. We've got 2 Patrol Caps here, just in case we run into a mill deck, which I don't know how popular that is. I think it will happen eventually, but I don't know if that's going to happen now. Next up, we have Brandon. And this is an interesting one, right? So this supporter lets you draw a card for each benched Pokemon, both yours and your opponent. So at max, you're drawing 10 cards. That sounds pretty fantastic. Oh, there's more text? Let me read that. You can use this card only when it is the last card in your hand. So how do you make that happen? You use Altaria to put Brandon on top of your deck. Then you Skwovet and shuffle your hand, put it at the bottom of your deck, and draw the top card of your deck, which is Brandon, because that's what we put there with Altaria. And then you play that down, and you draw as much as you need, right? It was fun playing with this, and I kept the deck that way because, hey, it's fun. It might be jank, but that's why you're here, right? We've got 2 Super Rod to help us recover Pokemon, maybe a couple energy if need be. We've got 4 Leftovers because that's the most that you can play. We've got Snorlaxes to help recover Leftovers and all that stuff. Next up, we've got Town Store, which I forgot the name of during the live stream, and I went with Shopping Center first, which was a terrible idea. Town Store is what we wanted. So we've got 3 of those in deck because we couldn't go 4 because we needed to make space in the deck. We've got 2 Boss's Orders and 4 Nest Ball. And yeah, that's the deck. So why don't we go ahead and jump into a match. Now, because, you know, I haven't been as regular as I've wanted to be, I'm just going to jump into a actual match with it and see how it does. Hopefully it showcases the deck well enough for you to understand, and hopefully we have fun in this match. So first we need to choose heads or tails. We're going to choose tails because tails never fails, right? You know, except when it doesn't hit tails, I guess. Yeah, so let's see. Alright, so our opponent will go first, which is kind of too bad since we are playing so many stage 1s. What's our opening hand? Our opening hand's not bad at all. I'm actually going to throw Swablu into the active here, and I guess I'll just Swablu, Trubbish, and Snorlax down. Just throw them all down. Why not? If they escape rope, we got another Swablu to throw up. Riolu and Jirachi. Okay, so Jirachi does not matter in our setup here. Ooh, Artisan. Thank you. Thank you. That's going to be helpful. We got Toolbox, we got Leftovers. Artisan's going to let us grab a basic Pokemon. Most likely Skwovet, I believe. And Earthen Vessel. Cool. I'm seeing all this play out. I'm wondering what they're playing, right? Have we seen a Lucario EX? We haven't, right? Have we? No. Have we? No. Bidoof is hidden in the field, so we know they're basically using the Bidoof engine, and they can retreat into the Cleffa in order to try to Grasping Draw and recover a hand, unless that last card in their hand is Professor's Research. So let's see, we've got Toolbox, we got Artisan. Why don't we go ahead and use Artisan, increase our chances of Toolbox hitting something that we actually want. Gonna grab Skwovet, of course, why not? I could Toolbox, but I can also wait for next turn, because clearly I'm not getting an attack off this turn. So I'm just going to end turn there and see what happens, right? We do resist fighting, so yeah, they're going to retreat into Cleffa and Grasping Draw. Lucario. Okay, so that is the Lucario that I expected to see. Irida, interesting. Water Pokemon. What water Pokemon could they be grabbing? I mean, there's Manaphy, but there's no reason to play Garchomp. Got it. Holy cow. We might be in trouble. I remember this Garchomp being really good, but I don't remember exactly what it does. So, yeah, let's just find out, you know? That's what we can do. They accelerate some energy onto Lucario, which does damage it, which does help us out pretty nicely. Alright, we get another Leftovers. That's not terrible. So Altaria is going to happen. We're going to Artisan. Trubbish? No. Snorlax? Probably. Oof. Nope. I regret that immediately. Almost immediately did I regret that. So we're going to Tempting Tune. We're going to throw Brandon on top of the deck, and we're going to score that. That's going to let us draw 9 cards, which is just phenomenal in my opinion. Absolutely phenomenal. So Nest Dash. Now we won't be able to draw into those 2 Leftovers, but hopefully we can draw into our other toolbox, some more Leftovers, that kind of stuff. So let's see what we draw into. We get Garbodor, we get an energy, we get Spirit Mask, and that being our only tool, but it does get us the KO. So, like, might as well take it, right? Chuck. We'll do 50, but it gets a surprise. Now, it does set up our Garbodor to be knocked out by the the opponent Garbodor, but I'm not too concerned right now. Givel. Really? You have rare candy, Garchomp? Well, I guess you got Garchomp last turn, so you have rare candy? Riolu? Riolu? Where's the rare candy? Come on, show me the rare candy. If you don't have rare candy, oh, you're gonna pay. Was this a misclick? Oh, man. I don't know. They didn't have the rare candy. This was a misclick. Oh, boy. All right. Great. This isn't super for us. I gotta get rid of this Swablu. That was such a terrible idea. Snorlax. We're going to drag up Snorlax. Yep, I knew it. We got to get our jet energy now, right? We got to get our jet energy and get Snorlax the heck out of there. What's this? Fluffy Guard? No, nah, not worth it. Not worth it. All right, another 20 damage to that Lucario. They could attach to the Gible and retreat still. That is an option. Are they miss out on energy too? Holy cow. Man, that's gotta hurt. So let's see. We can throw down Town Store, right? We can friggin' Brandon for 10 cards. Like, come on. That's gotta be the move, right? They didn't knock out anything, so like, yeah, it's Nest Dash, Brandon for 10 cards. Here we go. Brandon. Jet Energy. The first card was Jet Energy. Just perfection. Yeah, so we're going to just go ahead, Jet Altaria into the active, and then we're going to retreat into Garbodor. And I want them to feel more secure, you know, like, oh, they have to use that stadium to get the last trainer, you know, the last tool card that they need. No, I don't, but I'm just going to discard 2. And you're going to think I've only got the 2, right? But I actually have more. But their Aura Sphere should be KOing our Garbodor pretty easily. And then we got to get this Swablu knocked out, right? We got to get off the field because it's just clogging everything up right now. Which is really too bad. So, yeah, Lucario's going to happen. They got 2 Riolus on the bench. They do need to get them evolved up and get energy accelerated to them somehow. Probably using the ability of Lucario. But, like, man, it really... There we go. Something's happening. For a second, I thought they just poured that Drooly. Pour that Drooly. They drew that poorly. That's what I meant to say. Drew that poorly. And I haven't even taken my meds yet. So my loopiness is pure me. Okay, so they're going to knock out Garbodor because they are hitting us for weakness. Why put more damage on Lucario? That just doesn't make any sense in my opinion. Yeah, I don't get it. I just don't get it. You didn't need to do all that. Was that another misclick? Town Store. Okay. Nothing. Cool. They're not playing tools. Good information to have. Irida. Nice. Let you grab a Garchomp, I guess. And a switch. Am I playing against a bot? Like, this is feeling very awkward. I feel like they're doing all this stuff in the wrong order. And maybe I'm just a bad player and I'm not seeing exactly what they're doing, right? Maybe it's me. Maybe it's my fault, not theirs, right? Could be. I'm going to play down Nest Ball. Going to grab a Trubbish. Going to play Darkness Energy onto it. Gonna... Oof, I could do that. But I don't want to risk the Garbodor. I don't want to miss losing it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, grab 2 leftovers. 1, 2. Done. I'm gonna grab my 4th leftover from the deck. And I'm just going to retreat to Swablu, like, honestly. Because why not, right? Actually, it seems pretty unlikely that they are going to knock me out next turn, which is going to be frustrating. Let's go ahead, Tempting Tune. We're going to grab Boss's Orders. We're just going to put that right on top of the deck, right? Just in case we need to, we can boss up their barrel and grab a KO that way. Because I do like that idea. So we'll see what happens. If they have a Fighting Energy in hand, they can get the knockout on Swablu. If they have a Boss's Orders, they can knock out our Trubbish. And if they do that, I'm going to be a little upset. Let me tell you. So just gotta wait to see what they do. Boss's Orders up a Snorlax? No, the Trubbish. So you do have a Fighting Energy in hand, and then you're going to use the ability, and so on and so forth. Okay. Do you have a Fighting Energy in hand? That's all I want to know. That's it. If you got a Fighting Energy in hand. 6, that's their 7th Fighting Energy. Please don't have one in hand. If you don't have one in hand, that's good news for me. If you do, I'm going to be mad. Okay. Do you have an energy switch? Do you seriously have energy switch? Is that what's going on here? Does Garchomp want energy switch in the deck? We get a KO! There's Garbodor. Yep. I could Ultra Ball right now, but do I really need to? No, that's the answer. I can Town Store, but I don't need to. All I gotta do is chuck 2 tools at them. Chuck 2 apples at a Lucario, and it's dead. It's gonzo. It's done for. 1, 2. There's 100 damage, and that gets the KO on Lucario. Lucario! It's almost like Rufio, but it's Lucario. Now, this Lucario is actually in an interesting situation. Yes, they can get the KO on Garbodor, but if they have to accelerate energy using the Roaring Resolve ability, they're only 20 damage left. So if they Roaring Resolve again, they're just going to knock themselves out, right? Which is just funny. Okay, so they Iono us, which does remove that Nest Ball, but what does it give us? Brandon, and Altaria, and Nest Ball. Exactly what we wanted? I mean, right here I can clear out my hand. Easy peasy. And I just said easy peasy, didn't I? Super Rod. Now, I feel like my opponent is like playing their heart out right now. And I might be belittling their skill. But no, they're actually doing everything they need to. Now, it's a little awkward when they keep playing Irida to search out Garchomp. And then they keep playing Iono to put Garchomp right back on the bottom of the deck when they finally get a Gibble out, you know? That's a little weird. It's more strange that it just keeps happening, right? That's the weird part. I can throw down this Altaria. Tempting Tune, I guess, and I will go grab Brandon. Done. I will Skwovet. Nestash. Brandon. Play down Brandon. Draw a bunch of cards. Okay, okay. I've got Darkness Energy I can throw down on Trubbish. I got Super Rod. I can recover another Garbodor Trubbish because I got those in the discard. So let's do that. Super Rod, 1, 2, and 3. Done. I even got a second Super Rod. I could get everything back. Not that I really need to, as far as I know. Retreat. Let's throw this Altaria up into the active. Let's recover some leftovers. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. Town Store. We will grab another leftovers because we can. We're setting up next turn to do a Oh man, look at that. I can even Tempting Tune again. What do I want on top of the deck, Bruno? I don't know why. We've already got 2, but I'm putting it there. And we're just going to end turn. What I really wanted to do is not Tempting Tune. I was just too tempted by the tune in order to not do that. I wanted a, like, Nest Ball to show up, not a Bruno. I don't want Bruno. Because, like, okay. Yep, Garchomp Rare Candy. There we go. We've got a Garchomp out. But Trubbish, next turn, and they've just played their supporter. They're not playing Boss's Orders. Next turn, Trubbish is going to throw out 300 damage. Amazing. Let's see. Yeah, yeah, man, I should not have Tempting Tune, because now I'm capped at 300 damage, right? It would be funny if they use Lucario's Roaring Resolve attack in order to, like, get Garchomp into the active, like, or its ability, you know? Okay, so what? I just put up Altaria, right? Okay. Okay, I'm okay with this. Do it. Let's see, attach up to 3 from your discard pile to you benched any way you want. Sweet, that's going to give them quite a lot of wiggle room. Oh, Sonic Dive? Oof. Oof. 120 to the bench. Yep, there's the Trubbish. Yikes. That did hurt. That did hurt quite a bit, actually. Super Rod. Let's 1, 2, and 3 back in. I could go Brandon. I'm tempted to go Bruno, but I could go Brandon. That would only get me 9. Bruno will get me 7. That's 2 less, but it also shuffles up my hand back into the deck. Alright, Bruno. Okay, I do get a Nest Ball. So that is another Trubbish. Cool. I've got Garbodor. I'm going to toolbox here. And grab Patrol Cap, I guess. Darkness Energy down onto the Trubbish. And let's see. Tempting Tune. Boss's Orders on top of the deck. Then retreat into the other Altaria. And with this, I should grab Leftovers. Done. So I can Ultra Ball, but what's the point, right? So I'm just going to end turn. Like, I can Ultra Ball next turn, too. So that's not that big of a deal. Oh, we're tied on prizes. That's interesting. Cheryl. Nice! That's a good move from my opponent. That was a really good move. Now, they do need a Fighting Energy. If they have a Fighting Energy, they do have a barrel. They still have a lot more to go through. They can draw up to 4 cards, it looks like, and they just need a Fighting Energy, and then they can KO Altaria and put energy out on the field as they wish. That will bring them down to 2 prizes, albeit 3. I attack into the Garchomp. Oh, we win. Interesting. Here I am going through the play-by-play of what the future turns look like, and my opponent gave up. Now, I did misplay. I played a little bit too much at the opening, and I should have reserved all my bench in case they wanted to escape rope turn 1. I played a second Swablu in case they escaped rope, and then they end up not doing that, and then I was just left a fool, right? So, yeah, in the future, I need to be more reserved about that, but I do think this did a great job at showing off the new deck, Chuck. And I hope you enjoy this list. It's an interesting list, right? With the Altaria and the Skwovet combo. I find that really fun, and it's just getting exactly what you want every turn for the most part, which is just really cool. And you never see Brandon see any play. Why not? You just partner up with Altaria, you can get whatever you need, but when you just need to draw, you frickin' Brandon for 10 cards? Like, that's gotta be something, right? Someone's gotta be playing that, right? Like, And then we never played down the Radiant Venusaur. We could have gotten out eventually, and that would have been just more draw, right? But we went to Snorlax instead of Snorlax and a Radiant Venusaur, which I think is the more optimal play. Anyways, you'll see this deck in future matches. I hope you'll enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe, which I recently hit 400 subscribers, so I'm going to be live streaming. I just don't know when. This week seems pretty hectic. I like to live stream usually on Fridays, but I'm trying to kick up a D&D group for Fridays. I play D&D on Sundays. I run Pokemon on Thursdays. Let's see, Saturday is really just a day to hang out with friends and try to, you know, regulate stuff and whatever. But yeah. I'm trying to kick off a live stream at some point. You'll see an announcement on the channel or in the Discord. So check out the Discord as well. We've got some awesome deck builders in there. We're constantly talking Jank cards. It's a lot of fun. And of course, until next time, keep playing Jank.